Hi everybody, and welcome to the aftermath vlog for the Coldplay session. I will sadly admit that I'm actually recording this on the day of the night I'm doing my third session, but I'm gonna be doing two separate videos. So yeah. I'm going to be working in tandem with my thoughts and what I sang, which I just watched the videos back once more before recording this. I'm also going to be working in tandem with my EA karaoke sessions posts from that night, and hopefully with my ADD, certain memories will come back to me, and this will be a complete aftermath vlog. So yeah, like I mentioned, I did this night on my grandfather's first posthumous birthday. It was raining the whole entire day. I walked down there in what feels like pouring rain. It was a 24-minute walk. It's probably the longest I've walked to a local bar, I think, ever. Great night so far. 24-minute walk up here was a little grueling, but my nervousness kicked in when I got in. I didn't even get in because obviously I was aware, like, when I was walking there, that this was going to be like a private club. I thought it was going to be the same as Each's, like, with like an open door policy. But I actually, like, waited, like, in the door, like, I arrived in the back door. Like, when I got there, I got to, like, the front door, and, you know, I checked it and it was locked. And then I went to the back door. I obviously knew there was, patrons there. I knew it was, karaoke. So, and I had scoped out the place. I did a practice run. I said this like a couple of walking around vlogs ago. I said that back in late October of 2021, I tested out walking around vlogs and of the new local bars. And when I got there, when I did my practice walk, I did notice that there was, like, surveillance cameras. So obviously, putting two and two in my head, it's gonna be just like the Each's Club. When I get to the door, there's a monitor with all the surveillance in the bar, and the bartender will buzz me in. I knew that. But considering the Pulaski Club was like the new bar that I was not familiar with at all, and I didn't really know anybody except for Richie, I got there, I waited like maybe like a minute or two, and then another patron came in the back, and I explained to him, I'm here for karaoke, I'm here for Richie Green, and he said, wait here, I'll go okay this. And he left, and he came back. This is going to be a long drawn out story, and I apologize for the runtime of this. But yeah, eventually they were able to let me in, obviously. Atmosphere was, like, really, really quiet. Because, like I said in my intro vlog, I was worried about the atmosphere. And then Richie texted me with a reassurance, like, it's just like the Each's crowd. You'll like it there. I did. It was a little bit too quiet of a night, judging from a lot of the other nights that I've been other places. But it was cool. I liked the atmosphere. It gave me a chance to really focus on myself. I was, keep in mind, I was like soaking wet from the rain. I was walking everywhere that whole afternoon. So, yeah, the first thing I did have like maybe 2 sodas, uh, before trying my first piece of cuisine there at the Pulaski Club. I had mozzarella bites, which were I judging by the taste of them, I had never had mozzarella bites before. They melted in my mouth so much, like it was fucking heavenly. Um, and then right before my first rotation, I had a $1.70 cheese pretzel, which was like a pretzel with cheese infused into the breading. Yeah, the mozzarella sticks were amazing. The way it melted, the amount of stringiness, it just blew my mind. Also had a cheese pretzel. I'm probably gonna be repeating myself, going back, my first with my thoughts and then with the Facebook posts. Also had a cheese pretzel before my first rotation of the night. The way the cheddar, was it cheddar? I don't know. I have a cheddar with a question mark. The way the cheddar was infused into the pretzel was really something different. It was really good. My first rotation of the night was obviously Adventure of a Lifetime. Rewatching the video again. I do, like, even though you don't hear it in my vocals, like that nervousness was still there. It's like, what if they don't like Coldplay? What if they don't like this song? Like a lot of what ifs ran through my mind when singing that. Yeah, I mostly just like stayed to myself the whole night, and trying to like de-stress from everything I had been through earlier the day. I believe it's still recording. Yeah, I did have a lot of nervousness in me for Adventure of a Lifetime. I tried to focus on the notes, close my eyes a little bit, trying to look around, gauge the patrons, gauge the crowd, gauge the atmosphere. And I turned glanced at the screen when I was about to sing a line. I have it memorized, which is true for a lot of songs that I know by heart from listening to them like hundreds of times over. But doing it for karaoke for the first time, the nervousness sort of, like with a person with ADD like myself, sometimes I sort of forget either the words or the placement of where the lyrics come in the song. So that was a little. Again, the nervousness was there. It was fully there. The next one, next rotation I performed Paradise. I pretty much, when it comes to the rotation, I pretty much did everything except for speed of sound. I had, and I also reordered things a little bit. Oh, alright, I'm just looking at, yeah, not a little bit. I'd gotten rid of speed of sound and did Deal with Theater. Alright, and I'll get to them when I come to them. Yeah, second rotation was Paradise. Just performed Paradise and my abs are hurting a little bit. Little TMI, but my stomach, intestines are feeling the pressure with the food I previously ate before coming here, and the food I ate while I was here. Yeah, I finally am able. Forgive me while I collect my thoughts here. I finally have saved up and earned up enough money for this season to where I can, do everything I was doing at karaoke, but also have enough money to try out some of these food items, which I wanted to do for season 1, and I only got to try out food twice. I tried it at, I think I had like cheese fries at Big Dogs, and I think either had the same things or I had onion rings when I went to Jameson City. So I dabbled in it in the first season, but I earned up enough money and I'm bringing enough money so that I can actually try the cuisine of the bars. Yeah. So, alright, continuing on. Got some big staple battles to go, taking a tiny bit of a break. I believe I'm starting to warm up. I think usually when I'm, this was like the first new bar of the season, but for my karaoke comeback, especially with the length that the pandemic took on halting this planning, I definitely, I'm trying to do this quick because I know that when I finish this is going to be like a fucking 18-minute long video, and I apologize for the length. But those of you, you can stick with it. Your true viewers, your true fans. Yeah, I think like there's definitely nervousness of the first song, especially when I'm planning out these set lists. Planning out these set lists. And I'm always nervous for how, like, the first song I do pretty much sets the tone for like the entire night, and I'm always nervous about fucking it up. So yeah, I think it takes the first two until I get comfortable in what's left to go in the set list. So yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna work with these karaoke sessions post here. Next one, actually the last three, were all very notable Coldplay songs. Yellow I did pretty well. This is probably yet another night that I absolutely sang every song, note, and vocal delivery absolutely perfect. The next one I sang was Viva La Vida, my most performed Coldplay song. This was my 6th time recording it, 7th time overall singing it. I obviously handled that song like a pro. Like I was, like, just like I did with season 1. I tried to embody like Michael Jackson. I tried to embody Chester Bennington. I tried to, do my best to channel Freddie Mercury, and all of these musical greats. And I'm not saying that Chris Martin's gonna die anytime soon, but I feel like my singing sort of did him justice, and that's what inside. That's what makes me proud whenever I finish a song, and I like Yellow and like and I think Paradise. I held on to that last note like a pro. Okay. Literally after I got done singing, I had myself jalapeno poppers for the first time. They were absolutely delicious. I think it came with a side of, sour cream. It was, again, something I never tried, and they were pretty good. I ended my night 15 minutes from this post with The Scientist, which I felt, when I put it in the set list, was a great closer to the night. I sang every note that night like their MTV Award Show performance and the Super Bowl halftime show counterparts pretty perfectly, and I feel I did Coldplay justice. Like, every song was like perfect. Overall, the people were friendly, got a good reception to the songs I sang, here and there. And I gained a little bit of confidence after the second song. So yeah, after, karaoke was all over, I said to Richie, let me at least help. Would you like some extra help packing up? Because he had like, he had Liz there. He had another new handler named Christine. So they had, a pretty full van. They had a pretty full truck. My bad. I apologize. So it was like, and there was a patron there named Debbie, and hi Debbie, who I chatted up for at least a good half hour or 45 minutes. It was like a really pleasant talk. We talked about, our mutual love of karaoke. We briefly talked about Harry Potter, I believe. Basically, my connections with karaoke, with Donnie, with all the bars that I mentioned. I mentioned about Robbie dying. I mentioned, everything. We had like a great friendly conversation, and yeah, she was the new friend I made that night, and if or when this airs, I hope we're still friends. I don't know how karma works for me. I don't know if I may do something wrong in the future from the airing of from the recording of this video to screw things up. I hope I don't screw things up. And so far, over this entire month since this Coldplay session, her and I have been starting to become pretty good friends. So I hope that lasts throughout however many years I continue to do karaoke. I'm still approaching the decade-long milestone of karaoke, which I'm very proud of. And I don't know, just overall, this was, if I had to like rate it on like a 1 to 10, I probably would give this a solid 8. Like, again, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but there was like, I would say maybe 15 patrons there at the most. It was pretty quiet for as long of a bar as it is. But overall, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the songs I sang. I'm glad I did the Coldplay session there. And I don't know what else to say. There's more to come. My socials are down in the description. My YouTube, my Facebooks, my Twitch, my Discord, all of them. Hopefully, if I have the extra couple minutes to spare when I'm typing up the description for this, will be down in the description. If not, I will try to force myself to put in the descriptions later on. So they will be there, trust me. This is where I'm going to sign off, and I am extremely nervous, but looking forward to the next session, and I'll tell you more about that in the next video, which will be the intro vlog the bedroom vlog, intro vlog for the Usher session. And I'll tell you more in the next video. So this is Evan Adams, EA Starting Channel, signing out.